Our WRAL Doc Unit is sharing news stories from some of their most powerful documentaries over the last year. WRAL investigative documentary reporter Kristen joins us now to talk about their brand new special called Where Are They Now? Airing Christmas Day. Kristen, great to see you.
So good to see you.
Looking back at these powerful stories, walk us through some of the ones that have stood out to you.
Oh, Ken, all of them really stick with you. It was amazing to really check back in to see how some of the people in our documentaries are doing. If you remember, Critical Term was a documentary I produced and reported on with WRAL anchor Julian Grace. We investigated the maternal and infant mortality crisis in the U.S. and set out to uncover why Black moms and babies are dying more than any other race. You know, Black moms are twice as likely to die in North Carolina from pregnancy-related complications compared to white moms. Dayana Hughes was a pregnant mom in our documentary. She was part of this program through UNC, Duke, and Vanderbilt that paired moms with doulas. And a doula, if you don't know, is basically a coach for a mom, her advocate and partner throughout the entire pregnancy. Well, if you remember, we were there when Dayana gave birth to her son Denver. It was an absolutely incredible experience, but it was also scary. You know, Jay Jennings, longtime WRAL photographer, was there in the hospital room during the birth, and there was a scare. You know, Dayana, she lost a lot of blood. Doctors and nurses had to be called in to save her. And we talked to Dayana and her nurse midwife, Venus Standard, about the night that Denver was born in our show airing on Christmas. Here's just a small snippet from the show. You really believed what? Having Venus and your doula there. What do you think that meant that night?
I feel like if they weren't there, this would be a totally different outcome. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. Because she listened, I told her, I said, something does not feel right. I don't feel right. And she said, I know, you're bleeding more than I would like, and I can stop it. I just need time. I just have to stop it. And I was like, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm gonna make it through. So it was at the time, it was really terrible. I was crying. I was like,
it's scary.
I might never get to see my son again, my mom.
That's what she said to me.
Nothing. So
That's
it was
what she said.
scary.
I'm not gonna be here to raise my son. I said, yes, you will.
And this program saved my daughter because God put them in her path. I just believe that God put everyone in place. And it was like a beautiful orchestra, even the uncertain time. It was a beautiful orchestra. And Venus, yet again, I can't put it in words because there is no words for how she maneuvered. I don't know, that little boy, I don't know, like he's amazing, he's awesome, he's very intelligent. And he just makes my day. And I'm so grateful that he's here. And I'm grateful that my daughter is here just to witness what God gave her.
I remember how moving that was.
I know, and to see him now, Ken. I mean, you know, we're both parents.
Yeah.
I wanted to cry just even watching that small snippet. But it was really heartwarming just to see how Dayana is doing, see how Denver is doing, and really talk about that scary moment. Yeah. You know, when we weren't sure what was going to happen.
And one documentary that stuck with me were the hurricane victims,
Yes.
and many of them still weren't back in their homes.
Right. Remember, they were waiting years. So during the show, we do talk to a couple. They were living in a hotel for months. We check in with hurricane survivors from our Aftermath documentary. And we also talk to a mom from our fentanyl documentary called Crisis Next Door about her really just incredible story of forgiveness. So I hope people can watch.
Yeah.
They will smile, and they may shed a tear or two.
I think we might have to have the tissue nearby.
Yes.
Kristen, thanks so much.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to it. Of course, you can watch Where Are They Now on Christmas evening at 7:30 p.m. or by going to WRALdocumentary.com.